Yeah, so here we go. It's ultimately quite a thrashing once again. Gargi, we will need the mic. Yeah. So we'll start and then we'll just get the mic because it's quite a walk. You guys can see. I mean, there is a bit of a walk here, but eventually it was a thrashing. Ashok's already with me. Gargi will join in a minute. She's just getting the microphone out. Eventually, it was a no contest. Ashok, first comments.
Absolutely. I think the build-up that we had, uh, this is what is called a comprehensive victory for India. I think Pakistan was not able to kind of get off to a good start. They were deficient against the spin attack. The middle order didn't really support things. And there was a bit of the rearguard action towards the end, but with Shaheen Afridi coming in and playing that little bit of a knock. But apart from that, nothing really big to write home about. And if you really look at India's batting, I think the first two deliveries where Abhishek Sharma came in and hit that 4 and 6 of Shaheen Afridi, I think that set the tone. Um, I think I think we had predicted before the match that Kuldeep Yadav would be one of the best picks in terms of potential man of the match. He came in with 3 wickets, and I think the Pakistani batsman didn't really have any answer to that as well.
Let's put this in context, and like we had said, we are still not celebrating. It's not needed because Pakistan is perhaps 1 degree better than UAE. That's what they are. They are 1 degree better than. They are slightly better than any associate nation at this point in time. Certainly no comparison to India. They are not a comparison to India. India way better. Surya Kumar Yadav on his birthday finishing off, captain's knock 47 not out. Hardik Pandya set the tone with that first wicket. Then Jasprit Bumrah. Then Kuldeep Yadav. Everyone. But I'll go to Gargi with Ashok mentioned the first 2 balls. The first 2 balls against Shaheen Afridi. Every time you mentioned yesterday that you were actually looking at Shaheen Afridi as a potential impact player for Pakistan. But when that happens in the first 2 balls, you're done. That 6 was a definitive shot telling you that I'm here to put you in your place. I thought Abhishek Sharma clearly demonstrated what this new India is all about.
100%. And players like Abhishek, I would also like to mention Yashasvi Jaiswal here. He's not in the squad, I know. But players like these, change the entire momentum, change the entire confidence and the rhythm of the opposition. Now, if you look at Abhishek Sharma's performance, the kind of fearless approach that he goes out for, very first delivery, he steps out and hits Shaheen Afridi. The bowler's back shot. Incredible shot from Abhishek Sharma. And that's the kind of approach that you need. It sets the tone. I mean, in the very first delivery, all the pressure is released. Not that there was any to begin with. Pakistan did not have a lot of runs on the scoreboard. But still, Abhishek Sharma, the way that he bats, it's the kind of batting that throws you off your game completely. You do not know where to bowl to him.
Let me now say, yes, Ashok, you want to add a quick point?
I think the one of the things that I really observed is that when the ball starts slowing down, when the ball stops, Pakistan runs out of ideas. And I think, if you really look at the ICC rankings, Pakistan is at number 8, Oman is at 15, and UAE perhaps at some 20. Probably unfair to compare the 3 nations, but on their worst day, they actually come sliding down. And I think that is a big area of concern for them, something to think about.
Let me now say 2 things. We had said this yesterday that use the sporting field as a field of protest. India did not shake hands. They straight away walked back to the pavilion. India did not shake hands with Pakistan. Surya Kumar Yadav did not shake hands with Salman Ali Agha. So India, and now I have not said this to you guys, we've been holding out. I mean, I've been telling Gargi, I've been telling Ashok. Now let's reveal what Gautam Gambhir said to the players. This was day before yesterday. And every player was kind of worried about the social media backlash that was going on. Because they were being called Gaddar, they were being called shameful and shameless and all that was going on. So these players, they were quite upset that why are we being labeled any of this? Because we are actually doing a job. Gautam Gambhir sat them down, and we've spoken to multiple people within the team. He sat them down and he said, no social media till this match is done. Number 1, do not look at social media because you are here. Indian government has taken a call. We are here as representatives of the country. We have a job to do and we will do that job. And then he told the players, doesn't want anyone to shake hands, to give anyone a hug. You are representing India, but do not forget what happened in Pahalgaon. Gautam made it very clear to every member in that squad that we are playing a cricket game. Yes, we are here to win, but none of you forget what happened in Pahalgaon. So do your job and move on. No spirit, nothing needed against Pakistan. That's Gautam Gambhir, day before yesterday, and precisely what the Indians did. No handshake, nothing, no camaraderie, and that's exactly how it should be. Now, Pakistan has been taught a cricketing lesson, exactly what all of us wanted. Ashok, your thoughts, and then Gargi. Both of you comment on this.
Absolutely. I think, Boria, thanks for sharing that that preparation. I think that the team went through, much needed. And I think that's something that we've been talking about since yesterday in terms of using the playing ground, using the platform to register a message. And I think that message has gone down. I think we spoke to a lot of people who came in to watch and they've actually registered it. I think this is exactly what leveraging the sporting occasion and the platform to send a strong message really is all about.
Your thoughts?
Absolutely. I mean, we had been talking about this, those quiet, small acts of protest or small acts of symbolism that reminds the country, that reminds the public back home that the team is with them, that the team is thinking about them and has not forgotten what has happened a few months back in Pahalgam. Now, refusing that handshake, we had been talking about this. We said, do not shake hands of the Pakistani players after the match ends. But Surya Kumar Yadav, one-upped it, did not shake hands with Salman Ali Agha in the toss as well. So, this is what we were looking for. At the end of the day, they are representatives of the country. They are representing Pakistan. Indian players are obviously representing India. So, you are an extension of what the government is. You are an extension of the country. So you have to remember that you also have a responsibility of how you conduct yourselves against a country that is that was at one point at war with you. Absolutely.
We have go on, finish it, and then
I mean, cross-border terrorism, state-sponsored terrorism. This is not a country you want to stand up for or even stand shoulder to shoulder with. And this was the exactly what we were looking for.
Exactly what I asked Ryan Tennish-Carter yesterday. Exactly that. And in fact, we said this isn't mandatory. Shaking hands isn't mandatory. Surya had to do it with the ACC chair, not Mohsin Naqvi. Had it even been a tree, Surya would have done that because that was the ACC chair. This wasn't mandatory and the Indians just walked off. This is called a rebut. This is a dignified, gracious kick on your butt. That's what it is. We've put you in your place. The game done. It was under compulsion that we are playing it. We know you're a rogue state. We've given it to you back in the exact language that you understand. I thought the Indians did it beautifully and exactly what the coach had asked them to do.
Absolutely. When you send this kind of a message, again, there are two ways of doing this. One way is to do it in the way that the Indians did, which is to do it in a manner which is very, very clear and very, very definite. The other way is to kind of go around it and make a mess of it. I think they took the former, thought it through, sent it out in a very telling manner, and that's here to stay. I think the other thing, and we've been talking about, is that, see, we are talking about and debating. I think we spent a good 3-4 hours talking about boycott, a lot of reactions coming in. But I think at the end of this match, I believe that the tide is turning, and if you can go back and let the bat talk, let the ball talk, then the message that you are sending them down is a much, much more stronger, more potent message that you can send out.
See, the point is very simple. I mean, every Pakistan supporter who was here will feel it. Will feel it hard. And that's the deal that the Indians wanted to push home. We have done the job. It is over and done with, and it was a sea of blue there. If you see that stadium, it eventually got almost 90 to 95% full, and that sea of blue was there to back India. They were backing your team, and the team did that job, ruthless and clinical.
I want to go back to the national anthem because I think that's where all of us, at least I did, I felt those shivers and those goosebumps. And as soon as the national anthem of India started the stadium, you could hear it. It was completely echoing, and the Indian crowd made it a point to sing their national anthem so loudly and made sure that they overpowered the Pakistani fans. So, these little acts of trying to overpower the opposition, and the way that the national anthem just lit up the stadium, and the camera zoomed in on Surya Kumar Yadav. His eyes were shut. He was singing every word with conviction. I'm sure he felt it as well, the kind of pressure that the country was under, or let's say the team was under. Him being the captain, his birthday, finishing it off in style. And this is what you wanted the team to do.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, the dominance is what spoke.
And all of you know, Surya is very close to me. Yesterday in that stadium when we were chatting, all he said was, अपने भाई के लिए इतना prayer करिएगा कि birthday में ये gift हम देश को दे सकें. That's all he had said. Today morning also we had a bit of an exchange. All these things need not be said in the public domain, but I can tell you this, that Surya did feel the pressure. Anybody would. Anyone. Any human being would feel the pressure, and Surya isn't alien to it. So the point is, India did it in style. Pakistan was demolished. And I don't think, even next Sunday, I think next Sunday also, after this hammering, it will be almost impossible for Pakistan to come back and even fight against India. We've said this in the past and we are saying it again, that it will be a miracle. But let's, for a change, we've talked about the macro picture, about the political undertone of this game. And like we had said, had it been another Indian win, you would have seen us way more celebratory. We are not. It's a matter of fact win. We are not even taking Pakistan seriously. We had to do it, we've done it. Our team has done the job and moved on. But let's define the game. That first over, Hardik, second over, Bumrah, the intensity that the Indians brought. You first and then Ashok.
Look, intensity is what changes everything for India. And the fact that the very first delivery, it went for a wide, everyone sort of went, oh, but then it was conviction from the Indian players. It seemed like they went out with a mission that they wanted to dominate. They went out with a mission that they wanted to take revenge, give a befitting reply to Pakistan in the way that they can, with the bat and the ball. This was their way of showing the love for the country, as Ryan also said in that press conference. This was their only way of showing the public as well back in India that we are representing the country at the end of the day. We are not indifferent to the fact of your pain, of everything that has happened in the past few months, and it left the entire country in shock. And we still haven't recovered from that yet. This is a sporting field. We are here, we are professionals, but we want to give a befitting reply to Pakistan, and this is our way of doing it. And they did it with conviction and the intensity that you talked about. And if they hadn't done that, if they had looked at it as any other game, maybe things, it would have been different. But it was clear that the Indian team was on a mission of its own today.
Ashok?
Absolutely. Just building on what Gargi said, I think, when Hardik came in and bowled that ball and Bumrah took that catch, and then a couple of overs later, Bumrah returned the favor. It was the other way around, the very next over. I think that was actually quite sweet. But what actually struck me is that after that initial setback, when the spinners came on, two things. One, between Kuldeep and Aksar, 5 wickets that they took, and we talked about this, that spin is going to make a difference. It did make a difference. And frankly, Pakistan is a side where I'd like to believe that the ceiling in terms of potential is very high, but when they crash, the floor actually comes down significantly down. And I think that's the problem. Apart from these two bowlers, I thought when Varun Chakravarti came into bowl, I thought the batsmen were completely unable to read him. And I think for a game of this standard, for a team playing at this level, I would have expected far more application. That didn't come through.
Okay, there's a super chat. Let's quickly take it. Should not shake hands. Pakistan players do not have a semblance of decency. Fahim Ashraf and your nose in the mud at the end of the match. You want to react to that quickly before I answer?
Sorry, what was it again?
Should not shake hands. Desi Murgi. Pakistan players do not have a semblance of decency. Enjoy your trolling. Fahim Ashraf and your nose in the mud. for what he said. Fahim is an absolute rascal.
Oh, that
you know,
was-
and that's what it is, that your nose in the mud at the end of the match.
And just for a reminder, I went back and saw everything that he posted, and it was absolutely vile. It was absolutely unnecessary and disgusting what he had done. So now, it cannot get more embarrassing for Pakistan at this point. Even as a country, even the government will feel this loss, and this is exactly what you wanted as the.
Everybody will feel the pain.
Absolutely.
Mohsin Naqvi is that ACC chairman. Why are we not seeing Mohsin Naqvi now? Show your face.
Yeah.
Everybody in that Pakistan change room will feel the pinch.
You know what? I was in the lunch area when Salman lost his wicket, and there was a former Pakistani player there who just walked in and saw on the TV. We heard, obviously, the TV is delayed, so we heard the noise, and we were standing side by side. So we both turned to look at the TV about what had just happened, and we saw that Salman.
Ali.
I mixed all those words together. Salman, nicked it in the air, and he just stood there in disbelief. He was just shaking his head. He could not understand. Then he went 2 steps ahead. There were some other Pakistani journalists sitting there and having their dinner as well. And then he looks at them, and he's not able to say anything. He just says, "What just happened? What is going on?"
Yeah, I mean, the point is, how bad is Pakistan?
Yeah.
How bad
Could
is that
not
bloody
believe
batting
it.
lineup? I mean, Saim Ayub gets out to a lame shot. You talk about it, a lame shot to point. And then the next very over, that's Kyer, which Hardik took. And then Salman Ali Aga, captain, bats for what? 8 balls for 1 run,
Yeah.
allows the pressure to come on him, and then plays that hoik, which goes to square.
Your second
Come
best
on,
batter
man.
is Shaheen Afridi.
Best. He's your best, because Shahid Zada
200
Farhan
strike.
was scoring at under 100 in his strike rate.
Yeah.
So what was Pakistan thinking? That they would score 120? Somebody's actually said it nicely, that an Indian under-19 team would thrash these guys. I mean, absolutely.
I was exactly.
Or India A.
I mean, actually, if you really look at Pakistan in terms of what's been happening earlier this year in March 2025, they played against New Zealand at Christchurch. And I think one thing consistent with the recent performances has been that their inability to go beyond, medium to big totals. 130, 140 seems to be the cap in terms of what they're doing. If you analyze it further, what you see is an inability to force through the power play. They struggle in the middle overs, and then when the pressure comes on, they begin to crumble. All these are signs of actually associate nations rather than really a team at this level, and that's something to think about for them.
Let's take a lot of questions. Bolo.
You said let's put the under-19 team against them. They'd lose just as badly.
It's become very strange. I mean, at one point in time when we were growing up, Pakistan cricket had talent.
Yeah.
I don't know what has transpired. I don't follow
It's been on
Pakistan
a
cricket.
downhill.
This team can get thrashed by Bangladesh,
Yeah.
by Sri Lanka, by Afghanistan. They are certainly not the second best in Asia.
No.
Whether they are the third best or not, I don't know. This team will be hammered by Sri Lanka, will be hammered possibly
By
by Afghanistan. If Afghanistan play to
100%.
potential, yes, people will say they won the Tri-Series and all of that. But this is a bogus team. And that tells you how good India is. Let's take a lot of questions.
Yes.
People have asked and a lot of people have joined in. Freaking awesome. The record remains intact. Pakistan never won against India by batting first in T20s. 7th loss batting first.
I
Why
mean,
the hell would you bat?
Exactly my thought. That's what I was about to say. When they picked, when Salman picked batting, I thought, what? Why would
just
you want?
happened?
Why would you want to do
He said
that?
the same to
And
me.
then Surya Kumar Yadav comes on and says, we would have bowled first. So this is exactly what we wanted, and it happened for us. But as a team,
I think
yeah.
he thought it was a slow track. It'll slow up further. With
Who
no
knows?
dew, the spinners would come into
Who
play.
knows
That
what
was
they
his
thought.
thought. Because that this is a slowish track. And Ravi and whoever did the pitch report said this is a slowish track, drier track. Because it's a dry track, Salman thought, okay, India will bat later, no dew. Our spinners will come into
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
Otherwise, I can't explain it. I don't have any other
but
explanation.
even as the weaker side, why would you go into bat first? I don't understand that logic.
Again, because to put runs on the board, because so that the pressure is not the pressure of chasing.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand
No, I
otherwise.
didn't understand
The next
either.
one for you, no handshake move was very good. Who's asking this? Ajoy Bishash.
Absolutely. I think we spoke about this in terms of registering the protest. I think this was done in a very dignified manner with a lot of decorum and in a way where the message goes down strongly. Sometimes the way you do it is more important than what you're actually doing. And I think they did absolutely the right thing. The message has gone down. You can imagine that the next time these two teams come together to face what Pakistan would go through in terms of the mental stress that they would face would be 10 times over what happened during this match.
Okay, Gargi, next one is yours. India gave belt treatment to Pakistan.
It was worse than that. It was worse than that. I think if I was in that Pakistani dressing room, if I was a part of that team, I'd
would
want
now
to
be
bury
fierce.
my face in the sand right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think one thing I wanted to add from a pure cricketing thing, we didn't talk about India batting that much. So I think, the openers got India off to a great start, no doubt. But when we lost the two openers, India didn't allow the momentum to go down. The partnership between Tilak Verma and Surya Kumar Yadav picked up the momentum. Tilak was extremely good today. And I think we saw him bat at the nets yesterday, and some of those shots that he was really powering through.
That reverse.
Exactly.
It was a beautiful.
That was beautiful. So I think there were a lot of questions in the pre-match show in terms of the strength of this team,
Is Rohan saying something?
and I think that came through so strongly in terms of the ability, to capitalize on the momentum by the openers, but not let it drop when you lose two early wickets. And I think that's the sign of a team that is truly undergoing transformation. It augurs well for India.
Absolutely. We will take more questions, because loads of questions, and
Of course.
today is the day to take it. Apparently Rohit and Shubha and Proshanjit says are roasting Pakistan fans. We are not there, and that's
We
them.
don't know what's going on
We are not. That's them, and they love it. Anyway, let them do what they are, and if they cross the line, tell me, then I'll go and rein them in. Boryada, at the end, Surya didn't shake hands with them. The day podcast, freaking awesome, record remains intact. No handshake, and the gate was closed after winning moment. Hands of India. Karan Tyagi, मैंने तो पूरा देखा, बॉयकॉट करने से पाकिस्तान फ्री में जीत जाता. कुछ यूट्यूबर्स को बात समझ में नहीं आ
This
रही.
is what we've been
Exactly
saying.
what we were saying, that boycotting is not helping India. In fact, it will give Pakistan something to something.
1 second.
Oh.
This is what it is. And the comment is, perfect occasion. Taking the time out, we stand by the victims of the families of the Pahalgaon terror attack. We express our solidarity. Want to dedicate the win to our armed forces who showed a lot of bravery. Hope they continue to inspire us all, and we will give them more reasons on the ground whenever we get an opportunity to put a smile on their face. Surya Kumar Yadav at the presentation.
Incredible
I'm
statement from
floored
him.
by that statement.
Very good.
I think that sets the tone, and that I think is a clincher.
Once again,
that is
perfect occasion. Taking the time out, we stand by the victims of the families of Pahalgaon terror attack. We express our solidarity, want to dedicate the win to our armed forces who showed a lot of bravery. Hope they continue to inspire us all, and we will give them more reasons on the ground whenever we get an opportunity to put a smile on their face. Surya Kumar Yadav.
that last part.
Exactly what he said
explains.
to me yesterday.
Yes.
When we were walking, I said, ठीक से खेलना. He said, ये मैच ठीक से अगर नहीं खेलेंगे तो क्रिकेट खेलना छोड़ देंगे.
Yeah, he actually put his arm around
Remember?
you and spoke.
So he
yeah.
took, and we started walking together. If people have seen that video, I said, ठीक से खेलना बंद है तेरा. So he said, अगर इस मैच ठीक से नहीं खेलते हैं दादा तो क्रिकेट खेलना छोड़ देंगे. So one could understand how deep this was going. And Surya and I, we go back a long way. I mean, I've seen this guy grow. At a time when he was not making the Indian team, we would keep messaging each other, and I would say, तेरा time आएगा. Tera time aayega. Just keep at it. It came late, but look what he's become. He's become an absolute champion in this particular format. Delighted for him. Wish him a very happy birthday. We'll have a chat with him late at night maybe. But tremendous guy. Absolutely tremendous guy. Okay, further questions. I was expecting match-winning innings from Gill, but he's failed. Anmol Avasthi. Don't think.
That you don't call that a failure. This is, look, Shubman Gill cannot play every innings to the T. Every innings will not be picture perfect. He is bound to fail sometimes. It happened back in England. It will happen, of course, throughout the Asia Cup as well. But there will be times when Shubman Gill is not the best that he always is. And you know what? He set the bar high. He's raised the expectations, and that's completely on him to meet them every single time. But I wouldn't call this a failure.
Absolutely. Further questions, Gargi, you take Ashok, you take one. Gargi, you take one. Someone says Sanju को 5 पे नहीं खिलाया, बहुत गलत हो रहा है. I don't think this is about Sanju. Irfan has landed up. आपको भी छोड़ दिया पुलिस ने. Fantastic. अभी इंडिया जीत सबको सब छोड़ ही देंगे. But good to see Irfan back. Sanju Samson, you want to take that? This is not about individuals. This is about a team. And I also think it was about the left-right combination.
Exactly.
Surya was batting out there.
Exactly. It was really about getting the winning combination right. You know, I mean, before we get into the merits of Sanju, the point that I want to say as a build-up really is that if you looked at the body language, you know, of the batsmen, Abhishek Sharma, Shubman Gill, before you declare that Gill didn't deliver, etc., if you look at the body language with which they went out, the kind of aggression that they went out and went about their work, I think that sets the tone really in terms of the language that the batsmen are talking about. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. It's with regard to Sanju Samson coming in at number 5, it's a purely tactical decision making in terms of getting the left-right combination right, and which is why I think they didn't allow the momentum to drop after we lost both the openers.
Let's go says भाई Indian team ने dressing room का door ही lock कर दिया, मजा आ गया. So that's what he says. Somebody saying Fitbunk is saying we've beaten Pakistan, but not even a single sound of celebration I'm able to hear in my neighborhood shows the emotions of the nation.
Even the team.
Absolutely, no one's going over the top. There's a super chat. I'll give it to Gargi. Where is this? There are too many
There are
super
a lot
chats.
of
Sorry.
super chats.
Excellent reply, Surya, in the post-match
Incredible.
interview.
Again, what he
Raja
said.
Das.
Yeah. What he said is what we've been echoing for so long in this in the lead up to this match. We've been saying it that boycotting does not help India. In fact, you should go out there and beat Pakistan as badly as you can.
Lana Ghosh, fabulous speech by Surya in the post-match presentation. Befitting response. This is just not Surya, boss. This is also Gautam. Give the guy the credit. This is Surya and Gautam. I know the two of them. Gautam sat the team down and Gautam did his job. If you know Gautam Gambhir, you will know this match would have been lost on his dead body. That's Gautam Gambhir. He would have not digested this. He made it a point to drill it into the team. Whatever happens, you don't lose one. Gargi, take this. When I was a kid, actually you weren't born. When I was a kid, my friends swarmed around Akram sir for an autograph. These Pakistani players are small people and small in their cricket. I'm sure he's referring to Fahim Ashraf. You want to take that? You wouldn't know.
Don't give them the attention.
Wasim is a friend of mine. Wasim Akram is a friend of mine and a legend of the game and had much more grace and dignity. I don't see a Wasim Akram or for that matter anybody of that ilk stoop to the level of this rascal Fahim Ashraf. That's what it is.
Exactly.
The vile, the filth that Fahim Ashraf is. I don't see Wasim Bhai stoop to that
and
level.
what can Fahim Ashraf say tonight? What is he going to post tonight?
He can't say anything. Proshanjit Mitra, Abhishek Sharma actually showed how to break the back a statement.
We talked about it. I mean, the first two deliveries really set the tone for the India innings. I think, in terms of the sheer bravery with which he stepped out and hit Shaheen Afridi, I think that just set the tone. The first 10 runs came in the first 2 balls. And I think that was really the beginning of the reply, culminating in that statement that Surya Yadav actually said. I think it is the sweetest thing that India could have expected.
AI's platform fan clubs, Gargi, take this top huge skill gap. International cricket is almost time waste, irrelevant when compared to IPL. Our main superstars, cult red and yellow fan base, 10 equally skilled teams. So basically saying international cricket is lopsided, IPL, whatever. Equal teams.
What?
Basically, international cricket is lopsided with some excellent and some nothing.
Right.
Pakistan is rubbish.
Extremes.
But IPL is much more competitive with all 10 teams are competitive.
Because you have more Indian domestic talent over there. Now you have pick up any of the 3 formats and the teams from there. Look at the kind of bench you have. The fact that Kuldeep Yadav does not get games in red ball cricket. The fact that we were talking about Sanju Samson sitting out. There's no Yashasvi Jaiswal. Shreyas Iyer has to miss out. So you look at the quality of the bench, look at the quality of the talent pool that India has, and you will realize why IPL is such a success. It largely depends on how well bred the Indian talent is on the domestic level and their performances in IPL. Now IPL, because of the fact that it's between the domestic level and the international level, you're actually at a perfect perfect level where you're rubbing shoulders with the international stars, you're playing against them, you're constantly raising your own bar, but at the same time, and you're like minimizing that gap between domestic cricket and international cricket. So that's why you see IPL being a more level playing field and having that sort
I
of
actually
brilliance.
kind of disagree.
Really?
Because IPL, there are 4 domestic players who are weaklings. International cricket, with the moment you bring in, this Pakistan is a bogus side. So when you say Pakistan, you can make this comparison. But the moment you bring in Australia, the moment you bring in New Zealand, the moment you bring in England and South Africa, it's a different ball game. That's international cricket, boss. That's international cricket that is worth our time. Not Pakistan, not UAE. These are bogus teams. I mean, don't take these guys seriously. But when you're talking international cricket, that's the creme de la creme of international cricket. Let me take 2 more questions with one each to my 2 guests. Hats off Surya Bhav to dedicate this to the Pahalgaon terror attack victims. Surya showed what it takes to give the perfect reply. Team India, real patriot always.
I mean, in terms of a statement, I think just imagine if we had boycotted this match, what would have happened?
Pakistan would have kept taking digs at you.
Exactly, and the issue would have persisted. It is something that we would have lost out in the final reckoning. So actually going out there and then giving them the strong message, both on the ground and off the ground, nothing beats that. Like I said, the next time the 2 teams come together to face each other, you can imagine the pressure that Pakistan will be under. And I think that is the sweet taste of victory.
Last few minutes on the show, we've got to record a number of things for you guys for tomorrow. So last few minutes on the show, 1 to Gargi, absolutely nailed Boryada. Thank you very much, Deepak Hira. Gautam Gambhir is real. He is real. A word on Gautam. A word on Gautam.
He is real kya?
Being the ultra nationalist that Gautam is.
Walk the talk. He's got some guts, I will tell you that. I mean, he's never in doubt about the decisions that he takes, and that's what makes Gautam Gambhir. He doesn't back down from what he says or what he does. And the fact that you told us, and I think you told us yesterday, right, that Gautam Gambhir had that chat with the players.
But I didn't want to say it before the show, before the match.
Before the match.
Because you wait for your time and then say it.
Everything has a time.
Also, Gautam has, Ashok was with me. Gautam has his England tour jersey for me.
Yes.
And he's got it signed. So yesterday when he met me, he said, I've got the jersey signed. Once this match is over, I'll give it to you. And I was like, absolutely take your time. There is no hurry. Take your time and give it to me whenever. And then he said, no, I've got it for you. I've got it from India because that's got Dream 11. So that's a different jersey. This is not this jersey because it's the England tour jersey, which is what I'd asked for.
Yes.
So he's got it signed. He's kept it in his bag. He will give it to us in the next practice session.
So
but that's Gautam. And he said, after this game.
Another addition to the museum.
Another addition. And Surya has, I don't know if I should say it, but Surya has promised his match-winning jersey if we win the Asia Cup.
Oh,
so that's a deal done with Surya. So
lovely.
Yeah. And Siraj and Surya.
We have Siraj,
and
we have Akashdeep.
Akashdeep, we've got Surya, we've got Gautam. Yeah. So last couple of questions. Pakistan without Babar and Rizwan is not that potent. Saim was removed. Yeah, I mean they're a bogus side. आप हैं अभी विमल मोहन. Yes, I mean Vimal Mohan hai. If India versus England Test series was Tom Cruise, then this Asia Cup is Arjun Kapoor.
Oh my God.
Who's this fit monk? Anurag Balpani, do you think after this no handshake and Sky presentation, India will be under pressure next Sunday? You take that and I'll give Ashok the last
Why
one.
will India be under pressure? India is the dominating side. Why in this scenario, if there's anyone who is under pressure, it's Pakistan. It is Fahim, who's been posting absolute nonsense and then went out there and could not even score runs for his country. So that's what it is. India is not under pressure anymore. Yes, there was tension ahead of this match. There was a lot of anger and hurt involved as to why the team was playing Pakistan. But at the same time, now that you have a befitting reply, now that you've, as one of our viewers said, given them the belt treatment, I think that tension's been released. Like it's 99% gone.
Ashok, you can take this. Bolo.
Just to use an example from the movies, and I'm a huge Amitabh Bachchan fan. So this reminds me of the movie Diwar, where he goes into that godown where all the goons are. He takes the key, locks the gate from inside, puts the key in his pocket, and says, first you've got to beat me, then you've got to get to the key in case you want to get out. And I think that is a similar kind of a situation that India is in. So there is no question of India feeling the pressure right now. I think they've set the tone on the ground and off the ground.
Pakistan have been only slightly better than associate nations. Yes,
Yeah.
point taken. Any further questions? Sky has literally पलट के खोद दिया. इसका क्या मतलब है?
पता नहीं.
पलट के खोद क्यों देगा? Anyway, जो भी आप बोलना चाहते हो. Witty India. Any further ones? Ask your questions. Last couple of minutes on the show, as I promised you, we'll take all and we close it. Surya Bhav ने end में ठोक दिया. India versus Sri Lanka will be good if Lankan bowlers play to potential. That's a good game.
Yes, on this wicket.
That's a good game.
Absolutely.
Even Afghanistan.
Yes.
Afghanistan with that spin attack, Rashid and Mujib and Noor and everybody, that entire spin attack that Afghanistan has, they will challenge India. Pakistan, I don't think. Ashok, I'll give you one and then Gargi can have the last one. I think if you don't want to handshake, then why you played the match?
Arey?
That's my call. What do you mean I don't want to? You know why we played the match? To win. To give Pakistan a kick up their backside and say we want to win. Finished. Why do you want to have a handshake? Ashok, quickly.
I think that says it all. I mean, I'm not sure what the intent of that question really is, but I think if you really think through what we've been saying and what the Indian team has been saying in terms of the press conference, the approach has been very, very clear that we are here because there is a mandate that the government and the BCCI have put down. There is a policy that is very, very clear. We are here to play cricket. We've got a solid strategy. We'll go out there, execute it fearlessly, and we will win. And that's exactly what they have done. I mean, at the end of the day, they have said that boycotting is not what we want to do. But then how do you leverage that occasion? I did make the point earlier, which is that we live in a very connected world where social media and the buzz that is generated becomes viral in no time. So if you can leverage this in a manner where everyone is talking about it, that perhaps is a much better victory than actually boycotting the match.
1 minute. Summarize your entire whatever and then I'll close the show. 1 minute.
Oh, the day started on a very somber note. I think we were all under a lot of pressure. We were all sort of uneasy with the way that things were panning out. The public was also somewhat divided. At one hand, you had people asking to boycott the game. At one hand, you had all this abuse that was directed towards not only the team, but also all the media professionals and the people that are involved in this match, in this ecosystem. But you knew that once India stepped out on that field, there was no turning back for them. There was no, they could not lose. If India had lost today, can you imagine what we would be talking about? It would have been an absolute nightmare for us. But that's not the case. This is a far more superior side than Pakistan. We gave Pakistan a 10% chance of winning. And the point is, and exactly what Surya Kumar Yadav said, that this is the way that they can show the love for their country. This is the way that they can get back at Pakistan. This is the only way that they know, and they did that. They went out there as professionals. They showed solidarity to the public back home by not shaking hands, by being civil, by giving Pakistan a beating. But at the same time, at the end of the day, you refused handshakes, you refused to associate with that country, and that's all. That's all that matters.
Let me finish the show on this note. This is not a badla. There cannot be a badla of Pahalgaon. That is the most dastardly act of all. A cricket game cannot be a badla. But you know what? The cricket game had to happen because there are other ambitions, global positioning, everything else associated. So this is not Operation Sindoor Part 2. Our cricketers are not gladiators who are stepping out there to carry on the mission of the Indian Army. The Indian Army is at a pedestal. And that's what Surya Kumar Yadav said. The cricketers did their job. We are doing ours. You guys, if you did not watch the match and boycotted, you are absolutely entitled to doing so. It is your call. It is your decision. It is your opinion, and we respect it. All I will say is, anyone who did so do not deserve to come and abuse the cricketers or to any of us for doing our jobs, because that's our calling, that's our opinion, that's our decision. As far as the Indian team is concerned, they've made the night for us. We had come here knowing, our courage of conviction said, India can beat Pakistan and thrash Pakistan. We wanted to see it and feel relieved. Sachin Tendulkar, after that Chennai attack, Chennai 2800 after 26-11 said, even if fleetingly, it brought a smile to your face. his job was done. I think Surya Kumar Yadav and his boys, even if fleetingly, has brought a smile to many, many faces across India. And that's kind of a balm. And we will continue to build on this. We will do our coverage from Dubai, from the three of us, from tonight, in front of the Dubai International Stadium. It's time to call it a day. Watch out for our specials tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 5 o'clock, like we do. But for now, enjoy your coffee, your drink, your champagne, your whatever. Go to bed knowing this is not a balm for that dastardly act, and we will keep making Pakistan pay at every level. Defense, army, across the border, sporting field, diplomatically, culturally, wherever we face this rogue nation, we will make them pay. Gargi Raut, Ashok, myself, to everyone watching, thank you very much. Good night and goodbye.